Exponent rules with multiplication can be tricky, and that's because there's 3 different rules that we learned today. We have the same base with multiplication, we have power to a power rule, and then we have the distributive property with an exponent. So here's how they're different. For example, the same base with multiplication. That would be something like this. Let's say we have x to the 3rd multiplied by x to the 7th times x to the 5th. Since all of these bases have an x and they are all the same, we carry through that base, and this rule tells us that we take the exponents and we add them together. So 3 plus 7 plus 5 gives us an exponent of 15, okay? It works the same if we have whole numbers. Let's say we have 3 to the 3rd times 3 to the 7th times 3 to the 5th. Then we would also have 3 to the 15th. And we can leave it in exponent form. Again, our base carries through to our answer. We take our exponents and we add them together. In power to a power rule, we will see that we will have parentheses, such as x to the 3rd with parentheses, but this time with an exponent on the outside. Now, how this rule is different than the one that we just saw is that we actually can break this down, and what this actually means is that we have x to the 3rd 7 times. And so technically, we would write this out 7 times just like that. And if you added all of those exponents up, you would have x to the 21st power. Now, another way to do that, and to make it shorter, would be to take these 2 numbers that are exponents and multiply them. So we multiply the exponents. That means that 3 times 7 gives us the answer of 21. It works the same for whole number answers. Let's say we had 2 to the 4th power in parentheses to the 4th power. We would take 4 and multiply it times 4, and that would give us an answer of 2 to the 16th power. Finally, distributive property with an exponent is when you have more than one term inside of the parentheses. So, for example, let's say we had 2x to the 5th power. The distributive property tells us that that 5 on the outside not only goes to the 2, it also goes to the x. So when we rewrite this, we get 2 to the 5th power, x to the 5th power. Or let's say we have more than one variable inside of the parentheses. Well, the 6 still goes to the a and to the b. So this would be a to the 6th power, b to the 6th power. It works with negatives as well. Let's say we had negative 3x to the 4th power and to the 3rd power. We would have negative 3 to the 3rd power. Now we have an exponent with an exponent, and that would be x to the 12th power. What we just did there was we combined 2 rules. We distributed and we did power to a power rule. Last, what happens when we have a fraction? Let's say we have 3 over 4, and this is raised to the 7th power. The exponent on the outside goes to both the numerator and to the denominator. So when you rewrite this, you would write 3 to the 7th power over 4 to the 7th power. And those are the 3 rules that we learned today for multiplication.